Okay, now the only reason I'm making this is kind of because of a few um, things that pop. This is a response to several videos that I saw. So this is more of a blog slash rant type thing, and I well, the first off was the well, I saw Man of Steel, and I actually liked the movie, uh, and kind of understand a lot of the criticisms that are allowed behind it. I just think it's kind of uh, like a lot of nitpicky shit that's been going on. But there was one criticism that was kind of I caught because of the how to how it should have ended. Pointed out one thing in both Singers and in Donner's Superman origin stories. Superman's mom gets the short end of the stick. Really, I mean, think about it. Uh, in in Superman, in Man of Steel, Superman gets a key that has the that has the projected. It's like a interactive hologram of Jor-El, which has kind of like his mental imprint at the time. So so he can interact with and in the original Superman the movie, uh, the has several recorded crystals that that are made are several recorded crystals that were made, uh, but all of him in the original cut, in the original storyline. Yes, Mom makes an appearance in Superman 2, but that's only because Donner was taken off the project, and all of Brando's scenes that were meant for Superman 2 were cut out to save money, and so that's kind of a thing. Like, why doesn't Mom get her own recorded crystals? Why doesn't Mom get put into projection herself? Yeah, it would probably be weird to see your mom being pregnant. Seeing a video of your mom pregnant with you, doing recordings of you, but you know, yeah, But then again, Jarrell doesn't have a lot of time in Man of Steel, and they kind of rush to get before the destruction of Krypton. So there's a little bit of an explanation that that you can get around. But when you're dealing with Superman, the movie, that doesn't really fly because in Superman the movie, Jor-El explains that to the council that they have 30 days or less before the planet explodes. And that, you know, and even if Jor-El started a little ahead of time before he made that announcement, you know, how much time did he really have? Did he have time to record all those messages? Because if you go by the movie's timeline logic, the crystals have about 15 years of data stored for education, all recorded by Jor-El. That's a lot. how did he have time to do that and build the crystal cage? If he had that much time, why didn't he make it big enough so he could stick his wife in there? Yeah, I know. He says, well, neither me or my wife will leave the planet. Man, I'm like, you're speaking for your wife here. Doesn't she get a say? At least in the animated series. In the Superman animated series, Last Son of Krypton, the pilot movie, which is the first 3 episodes, at least at least you get an explanation. She decides for herself. You know, he says, "Oh, I can modify this so that you can escape," and she's just kind of saying, "No, I will stay with you, husband." Personally, I would have it so that she actually he makes that offer, and then she kind of makes the explanation. No, no, because if I go there, there his chances of survival drop because I'm going to be sucking up air and energy. And so it's better that he goes alone and he survives and try to save me along with with him. And we could have, but if you're wrong on this, we can both die. So there's no point. You know, if that explanation is given, then that makes sense. And so so what happens in the theatrical cut makes better sense because then it makes sense that Jarrell would make recordings, and I keep forgetting what Superman's mom is called. I think it's Lara, right? I'm recording this. Sorry, I got interrupted. Yeah, I think it's Lara. I don't remember what Superman's mom's name is. I can't about that. We all remember his dad. We can't remember the mom for the life of us. I don't think. You know, if you know what her name is, then put it down in the comment box, and you can even say stupid at the end of it because I don't know. I honestly don't know. So literally, so in the theatrical cut, they added some new scenes, and it makes better sense because even if we had a head start, it would make better sense if he made some recordings, if mom made some recordings, and then the bunches of the crystals are just education crystals that they bought at a store somewhere and just stuffed it, or things that they took off, they took online if they have internet on Krypton, just kind of touring all that shit down and putting it into the ship and just send it off with them because that's a lot of time. Because and the reason why I say 15 years is because he spends 3 years traveling at light speed, at higher than light speed. I'm not sure if there if Krypton is in the same galaxy as us or in the Andromeda galaxy, but that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to be traveling, and light takes a long. So Superman's going faster than the speed of light, but he's traveling within 3 years' time. And once you go past the age of light speed, you don't really age because time slows down or reverses. Uh, Einstein theory of relativity. So that you know that's it makes better sense that it's not just Marlon Brando's Jor-El making all the recordings. It makes way better sense. And as for Man of Steel, awesome movie. I'm not too sure if it's still in theaters, but watch it. I think it's a Superman for the new age. And it does fit with and all that part of what is Superman A, he's new at the job, so he's gonna kind of suck at it. Two, they're taking from Dragon Ball Z, which Dragon Ball Z is the Japanese version of Superman, anyways. And while I was watching it, I didn't really give a F about what it was. So that, and then there's the other thing that caught my attention in my second rant. Now, if you if you know me from either outside YouTube or or from other sources, you may know that I'm also a fan of My Little Pony, and I do put myself in the brewing category. Although, I'm also a Star Wars fan, a Superman fan, comic books, all types of things. And if you saw the uh, the little uh, this was at Comic Con, which I wasn't at because I'm broke. I couldn't make it. And in fact, and they had a little clip, and the little clip, and they had a bunch of little clips, and some of them were really, and some of them were like really cute, and especially the song with the Apple family and Pinkie Pie were all traveling and singing, a song about all, doing a little hold down song, and that's really cute. But the one, kind of that caught everyone's attention is the Luna scene, and I forget what this guy's. It's not Brony Curious. It's it, it's another analyst, another Brony analyst who was who stated, "Aha! This proves my theory that Luna is going to turn evil uh, and betray everyone." And even by saying, "Don't you tell me my business again," if you know the video I'm talking about. But Dan Bernie Curious back with his objection by doing Phoenix Wright, a game I've never played personally, but there's so much YouTube stuff I practically know the game in and out. So the yeah, and so what are my thoughts on that? Well, first off, I'm leaning more towards Brony Curious's argument, which is that it's a memory, and that the key element that says that it's a memory, a playback, is the line is, he says, do you think I was going to sit back and chew me under in everybody in your light, in the word your light, which doesn't make sense for Twilight Sparkle. She is talking to Celestia, and that's why Celestia seems to be. That's why the confusion, because it seems like she jumped into the memory and while everyone was around her, and so that's why she's confused. And you see the birth of Nightmare Moon. The thing I'm a little curious is to this guy. Is this kind of like in Harry Potter, where you're just watching the events around you, and in particular from the point of view of Celestia? And if so, do we get a chance to look at Nightmare Moon's Luna's take on this and discover why she fell into darkness? Or is this an interactive memory? What I mean by interactive memory is that if you ever watched Thundercats and the new Thundercats, which I actually like, it makes better sense to me that Lionel is a teenager, not a grown man child, who probably, if they did a live action movie, they probably, they probably turn into that version of it would probably be made into a comedy, and and Lionel would be played by Will Ferrell, who is the master of playing the man child. But the new Thundercats make better sense. A lot of people didn't like the animation style. I actually thought it was cute, and I especially love what they did to Snarf. He stopped being annoying and actually became, fun to watch because how many times did you turn around and Snarf, don't go there, Lionel. You know, it's really annoying. So I like how he's a kitty cat. And he says, and so it's a cute voice, and I don't do justice to that. He's so cute and it's fluffy, and he's not annoying. And but in the series of episodes where he falls into the Book of Omens, or was it the Book of Omens or into the Sword Hills itself, and was going through the trials. And one of the memories of the trial was that he went back in time to, and I could be wrong, this could be a completely different part of the arc, but I'm pretty sure it is when he falls into the Eye of Omens, into the Eye of Thundera, and undergoes the trial to make him king. Or this could be a separate thing. But he has what I like to call an interactive memory, where the events are happening around him, and at first he doesn't realize what's going on, and so when he's living out the life of his ancestor, and so when his ancestor gets hit, he feels it. When he feels the pain, he feels the instant, and he begins to understand. Oh, this is what I have to do, and 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 how the Thundercats landed on Third Earth, and how Mumra ruled them, and how they got the Omen and the Sword, and it's an interactive memory where he is basically living out the events of the of that time period and making the conscious decisions of bringing down Mamra and the taking command of the Sword of Omens. And and so I'm wondering if that's the route they're going, where Twilight Sparkle actually has to make the decision to seal um, Luna in the moon for that 1,000 years. If she can understand, to get her to understand, the weight of why that decision had to be made, and why, and how it was that her teacher came to make that decision. And that's pretty much it. There's plenty of other stuff on YouTube, but this is kind of me just. I was planning to make something more elaborate, but I decided to just do this. And maybe sometime later I may do something that's more elaborate, to the to both of those later. But right now I have, I'm just, uh, so for right now, this is my, uh, my thought bubble for the current moment. So, till next time, and hopefully it'll be sooner than later. Uh, Adios, ten cuidado, and goodbye.